Hey, I'm Terri Savelle Foy. I'm so glad you're watching today. I want to talk to you about what I consider the number one predictor of success. You know, this is how my friend lost nearly 54 pounds in 1 year when she'd struggled with her weight for years. She focused on 1 pound a week and kept it off. This is how another friend of mine paid off her student loans, her car, and took her kids on vacation as a single mom. This is how, I've written, 6 books in 6 years. Or, sometimes people will say to me, Terri, why is it that it seems like everything you put on your vision board, it happens? Well, I would sum it up in one word, and that is commitment. In other words, you're committed when you feel like it, and you're committed when you don't feel like it. Well, I think commitment is the number one predictor of success. What will you commit to in order to achieve your dreams? You think about this. This is just a dumbbell. And dumbbells sit in gyms all over the world. They sit in houses. Sometimes they become door stoppers or paperweights or something. But you put a little dumbbell, maybe a bigger one, in the hands of someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it becomes a ticket to Hollywood. It becomes a New York Times best-selling book, the Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. It becomes, a game changer in his life once he got committed to this. But you keep in mind, nobody noticed this young man in Austria until he got committed. When he got committed, it changed his whole future. Or you think about Bibles. You see Bibles in houses all over the world. You see them on coffee tables. You see them on nightstands. You see them on bookshelves. But you put a Bible in the hands of someone like Terri Savelle, Joyce Meyer, Kenneth Copeland, and it leads hundreds of thousands of people to Jesus. It leads to offices all over the world, on television in over 200 nations around the world. All you added was commitment to study the Word and apply it to their lives. Well, keep in mind, someone like Kenneth Copeland, nobody noticed him when he was sitting at his kitchen table in Arkansas just getting started. But when he got committed, he began to get noticed, and it led to his dreams. Well, it's the same with, like this is just a cupcake. Let me rephrase that. This is just a little piece of heaven. But you put this in the hands of someone like Gigi Butler, and it leads to 100 cupcake shops in 23 states with a vision to do more. Well, all you added was someone committed to their dream. Now, keep in mind, nobody noticed Gigi and her mom in their kitchen baking every once in a while. It was when she got committed, she began to achieve her dreams. Well, what are you going to commit to see your dreams become a reality? Commitment is the number one predictor of success. Well, I'm always challenging people to dream big, to stretch your imagination, think outside the realm of possibility. But I want to challenge you with this. If you're going to stay committed to these big dreams, the big dreams on your vision board and all these things that you've got in your heart to do, you're going to have to also set some smaller goals. Bring it down a little bit. If all of your dreams are so big, they're going to take more than 12 to 18 months to accomplish, then it starts to destroy your confidence. It causes you to want to give up on those dreams because years are going by and nothing's happening. If Gigi Butler had just set a goal that I'm going to have 100 cupcake shops, and that was her big vision on the board, and that's all she put on her vision board or her vision book, chances are she wouldn't have achieved any of it, because you've got to set some smaller goals so that your commitment level rises. I've shared in the past how I've had vision boards, for years, and I remember putting, that I'm going to speak at the largest church in the nation of France. Well, yes, I put that vision up there. But, I put that vision on there in 2008. It didn't happen until 2012. At the same time, let me just tell you, I also spoke to 7 people in Marseille, France. I spoke to 23 people in Vichy, France. I spoke to 30 people in Toulon, France. Well, see, I had to set some smaller goals for myself instead of just these big, massive goals that take 4 years to accomplish. So I want to challenge you to do the same thing. In order to stay committed to your goals, to your vision, your dreams, you've got to set smaller goals. Most success coaches recommend that you set goals that have about a 50% chance of happening. So think about what that means to you. I've told you how I set goals to, I was just believing to speak at events with John Maxwell. Well, I set that goal in 2011. Didn't happen until 2013. See, you can't just set all these big, massive goals for yourself. Don't just set the goal that I'm going to have a house on the Pacific Ocean, a big beach house. Well, you also need to set a goal to pay off that credit card of $3,000 by December 31st. See, chances are you're going to have to pay off that credit card before you get the beach house anyway. So set some smaller goals for yourself. A lot of times I challenge people to set their top 10 goals for the year. And like I said, with a 50% chance of happening this year. The second point I want to make, in order for you to stay committed, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, is that when you put your goals in writing, it increases your commitment. It's interesting how even in the Bible, you remember when Satan came to tempt Jesus and Jesus defeated the devil every time, and he would declare 3 words, "It is written," and he would speak the word of God and defeat the devil. Well, there's something powerful that happens when you actually put your goals in writing. I always, when it looks like my dreams are never going to happen, I have faith in the fact that it is written and I write my dreams and goals. Well, I want to challenge you to do the same thing. Put your goals in writing. There's power in the fact that it is written. I heard this story recently about a young man who just came home from college. This was in 1975. Said he was just kind of struggling with what he wanted to do with his life. He didn't have any real clear direction and didn't know what God wanted for his life. So he came home for the summer. He went to his mom's beauty shop that she owned. And he said he's just sitting there hanging out, and all of a sudden a customer walked in named Ruth. Well, he greeted Ruth. They knew each other, He greeted her. She greeted him. But when she sat down, she couldn't take her eyes off of him. She kept looking at him. Finally, she said, "Somebody get me a pen and some paper." She grabbed a piece of paper and she wrote on there, "You will speak to millions." She said, "You will travel the world and make a positive difference." She said she just felt that so strong in her spirit, so she wrote it down. She handed it to this young man and she said, "Young man, this is for you." She said, "God has something amazing in your future." Well, she said when she handed him that, he began to read it and something just came alive on the inside of him. He said he folded that up, put it in his wallet, and he carried it with him for years. He said every time he would start to get discouraged and think, my dreams are never going to happen. Who do I think I am to go after these dreams? He would pull that note out, read it out loud, and think, nope, somebody believes in me. Somebody believes that God has a great plan for my life. Well, today, Denzel Washington still carries that note around in his wallet. He had faith in the fact that it is written. Well, I want you to do the same thing. When you write your dreams and goals, it increases your commitment to achieve them. Have faith in the fact that it is written. And here's the thing, be it unto you according to your faith. So, I'm challenging you today to get committed to your goals. Don't just set the big, giant, massive goals. I want you to set those too. Put them around your vision board or in your book, but also set some smaller goals and put them in writing. Have faith in the fact that it is written. If you're enjoying these podcasts, please subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter so I can keep you motivated to achieve your dreams. Thank you for watching. I believe it's one thing to have a dream for your life, but when you discover God's plan for your life, that's the icing on the cake.
It's more than a women's conference. It's a 2-day event that can change the course of your life. So make plans now to join Terri Savelle Foy and women from around the world at Icing 2016. You don't want to miss this unforgettable weekend of awesome worship, new friendships, fun-filled activities, and practical life application teaching with Terri. It's a sweet treat you don't want to miss. We'll see you at Icing 2016, October 14th and 15th at the Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth, Texas. For more information and to register for this free event, visit terri.com. Don't wait. Register today.